Welcome to another edition of Football Game Plan. Scout Team Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media accounts: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. For those that are 65 and older, MySpace, whatever it is that you guys are on social media wise, be sure to follow because we got a lot of good content there. But also subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/football game plan, as well as on iTunes, Football Game Plan Podcast, and leave us a 5-star rating. Now that we got all of the housekeeping items out of the way, we're going to keep rolling with our 2021 NFL Draft prospect interviews. And today, we are joined by Mike Boykin of North Alabama, the former defensive lineman for the Lions. Mike, I appreciate you taking time.
Hey, man, how you doing, man? Everything. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Listen, it's been fun to follow your path and your journey to where you are now. And again, it started at Louisville. You went to a junior college. You went to a different school, and you ended up at North Alabama. Then you threw COVID-19 in the situation. There's so much that went on in your football journey in such a short period of time. Yet, I feel like it had a big part in the role of who you are today. How has your journey played into what you are now as a person and also as a prospect?
It's just made me a better person. I think perseverance is the biggest thing. You're going to go through things in life. You're going to go through obstacles, but if it's something that you really want to do, something that you work hard to do, you're going to keep going, and that's one thing my mom always taught me, just keep going. It ain't never going to be easy. It's not going to be something that just happened overnight. You just got to keep going. You got to keep playing. You just got to keep going if it's something you want to do, or you can find something else to do.
No, yeah, right, exactly. That the sad part is we both know guys that have had that when they go through that down point in their career, whether it may be playing time or maybe they got injured or maybe things aren't working out how they thought it was going to work out when they first got to college. But in your situation, the fact that you were able to dig deep and find a way to continue to thrive and now find yourself right at the point where you're about to realize a lifelong dream. What helped you just kind of dig deep and stay on track? Because we've seen so many people just completely get off the track when they reach that first wave of adversity.
I think the thing that's keeping me on track just more so just because just knowing what I'm doing all this for. At the end of the day, the ultimate goal is to get to the NFL. The ultimate goal is to be able to play and be able to show a program why you worth all the money they want them to pay you. That's the ultimate goal. You just can't get caught up into the side stuff. It's a bunch of stuff that hits you from different areas, and you just got to be able to stay focused. You got to be able to stay focused. You got to be able to stay locked in on what it is you're trying to do. So that's my biggest thing. That's my main thing. Just staying focused, keeping my eyes on the prize, keeping my eyes forward, and not getting sidetracked on anything else that really don't matter.
Now, we talked about you constantly moving around from school to school. However, the good part about that is that it ties into your football game because, like I said, I watched you against Liberty, Southern Miss, and also against Jacksonville State. You were moved constantly all across the defensive line, so movement is your thing. And at 6'6", 290, to be able to be moved around the formation like that, it makes you a highly warranted prospect. What benefits were you having out there on the field, being able to play from a 9 technique all the way down to a shade, then to a 5 to a 7? What does that do for you out there on the field on game day?
Well, I think that the main thing for me, I wanted to show NFL scouts that I was more than just the inside guy, because I know my FBS film, my Louisville film, a lot of that film is me playing nose guard and 1 technique and 3 technique. And for me, I just wanted to be able to show that I could play more than one position. And the only way I was going to be able to do, like North Alabama, the first school that actually give me a chance to play multiple positions and give me a chance to be able to do more things than what I want to do. They gave me a chance to pass rush off the edge. They gave me a chance to back in coverage sometimes. They gave me a chance to sit in there and hold double teams. And, I told my D coordinator, I was like, man, just let me be able to put multiple positions on film. That's my biggest thing. Just let me be able to put multiple positions on film. And he granted that for me. So, he helped me out a lot because obviously I'm getting the buzz and I'm getting the things I need. There's still a couple of things I want to do to be able to solidify myself as an actual pick. But, things have definitely been going up for me.
You know, it's funny. I think in maybe like 25 states, it should be illegal to what you did, Southern Miss. I felt like that game, he was putting those dudes in the blender, man. It was just funny to watch. It's like, man, he's whipping his guard all day long. But what's funny about that, and why I was laughing, because you don't normally see guys at your size that quick. Sometimes they want to pigeonhole taller guys to play one thing, but here you
Yeah.
are being all over the place and being able to win with quickness, power, length. So, what are some of your advantages of playing at your size, your height, your length, while playing across a defensive front?
Most guards are not fast enough to block me. My arm length is pretty long, so I can kind of separate and be able to strike and be physical when it comes to guards. Because some guards they 6'1", 6'2". I've even played against a guard who's 6 feet, so they don't be very big. And I think with my skill set and my size and my ability, it give me a chance to be able to just show that I can have a quick twitch on the inside. I can be able to shed blows fast. I mean, it just me having a longer body. It gives me a great position. It gives me a great chance to just be able to just open up my whole toolbox. Be able to just open up all my moves, and I can use everything all in one.
That's the beauty about having that versatile skill set. And when you watch you on film, you see the versatility, you see the ability to play across the front. And you were able to play in the college gridiron showcase, or able to go down there and work out in front of scouts and coaches. What was that experience like for
Mhm.
you, and how big was that for you to be able to culminate your career by going to an all-star game?
At the Gridiron Showcase, that was when I probably talked to the most scouts. I talked to a lot of scouts at the Gridiron Showcase. The Tropical Bowl, I really think the Tropical Bowl is probably what done it for me. The Tropical Bowl, I decided that I was going to play in. I didn't want to play any positions at D tackle just because I wanted to show what I could do. I wanted to show that I was versatile, and I feel like it was a tackle that was rated there pretty. And I mean, I kind of I baptized him during the game a little bit, so. We was able to go out there and compete, and I was able to, I was able to show scouts what I could do, man. That was I think that's the game that did it for me. He kept complaining to the ref saying I was outside, but how that worked.
Yeah, they said the same thing about Seau. They always said Seau lined up offside. Like, nah, man, he just whipping you. That's all it is. Sometimes guys is better and faster. But it's interesting. The Tropical Bowl was unique
Yeah.
because you go out there and
Yeah.
now you're getting live game action, and then you go to the showcase and it's basically drills and drill work. What was some of the feedback that you got from scouts and coaches at both events?
I talked to a lot of scouts. The biggest scout that I talked to probably down there. I talked to the Saints. A lot of feedback that I got was, man, you can play multiple positions. You one of the only few prospects in the draft that's 290 and could legitimately play on the outside as well. I got some good feedback. Me and my agents, they've been saying some good stuff. It's sounding like worse of worse. I'll get a shot. So.
Now you went to North Alabama, and North Alabama is they just made the jump up to FCS. They got a really good program. There was a D2 power. They go up to the FCS. Their second year, I believe, in the FCS, but they played some really good football. And normally they're playing in the Big South Conference, but because of COVID and playing in the fall, you guys played a bunch of FBS schools. So how big was this year for you going to North Alabama?
Nah, it was big for me. I'm used to playing big time opponents. We played the number one team in the country twice in 2018. We played Alabama and Clemson both of those years. So I looked at the schedule. I knew we were gonna have some big games. But getting that D1 feel and understanding, it's different. And I was ready. I was just more ready than anything. I was ready for opening kickoff the entire time. That's all I was ready for. I already know how it works. I know how it is playing against D1 opponents when you got guys over there that's stronger, faster, and everything. So I just came out ready to play.
How much did your teammates at North Alabama lean on you because of your experience, and how much did you try to get them ready for what they were going to face out there on the field?
Oh, they leaned on me a lot. They always came to me and asked me questions. I don't do a lot of. I don't talk a whole lot. I'm not one of the big locker room guys who yell and jump up and down. I'm one of those guys that I like to lead out by example. The good thing about it was we already had some transfers that were kind of D1 in a way. So
Hmm.
it's just we rally together, we get the other guys involved. You put that together, man. You some unique things happen. Some guys go out there and do some stuff that they didn't know they were capable of doing. And at the end of the day, I just try to get people to realize football is football. Football don't the rules of football, the mechanics of football, the position, the gap, the scheme. It doesn't really change. It's just bigger, stronger, and faster. When you got your body in shape and everything, you can go out there and as long as you know football, you can compete with the best of them. So
That's a great point because I'm always trying to fight that narrative for people out there that think, oh, because they played at this level, they may have an issue with playing at a higher level. But football is football. If you can ball, you can ball. And based off your career and where you've gone and what you've
yeah.
gone through, you've clearly proved that point. What would you say? You talked a little bit about perseverance, but is that the biggest thing football has taught you over the course of your football life, going back from little league to now?
Oh, absolutely. Perseverance is something that I put number one in my life. My mom, it was for us, and she worked hard and she did a lot for us. She was all we had. And, I seen things get hard. I never saw her quit though. And so I take that with me with football. When I'm out there on them last few sprints, or I'm out there, it's third and 11. It's like, I mean, well, you gonna lay down or you gonna get up right when your team needs you the most. And so I think perseverance. I think football and perseverance, like it's taught me a lot about life. I feel like just going through what I done went through the last 5 years and how I grew up, my mom and stuff like that. I think I can deal with anything. I don't think it's nothing I can go through that I wouldn't be able to get past. And so perseverance is big, especially in the professional football.
Because you're gonna see it down in, down out. Now, I know this kind of is a loaded question because it can go any kind of way, but who are some of the guys, let's say on the offensive side of the football up front, that you kind of look at and you watch and say, man, I can't wait to go against that guy. I want to test my skill set against that particular guard, tackle, or tight end. Who are some of the guys that you've been eyeing at the pro level to go up against?
I'm not gonna lie. I pay attention to so much D line stuff. I kind of don't get caught up into the O lineman, but it is one guy that I know for a fact I'm gonna have to get ready to play when I play him. That's Quentin Nelson. If I ever get a chance to play him, that's gonna be the guy that I'm gonna have to focus in all week and get, because he be out there making, grown men look like his children. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
Now, yeah, you don't want to get put on that summer
so,
jam screen. you, you, you don't get
oh
put
no,
on
I
a
don't want
poster.
that. Don't want
Now, who are some of the D line guys you've been watching,
no need
and
that.
do you take some of their game and try to add it to yours?
Aaron Donald, Joey Bosa, Miles Garrett, Fletcher Cox, Geno Atkins, Derek Coy, Hayward from the Hayward dude from the Steelers, T.J. Watt, J.J. obviously, but out of all of them, the guy that I pay attention to the most, just because I feel like the thing I need to work on with my game the most is my hands. So I
Mhm.
watch a lot of Joey's film, a lot of Joey's film. Joey and Miles for sure. Joey and Miles are my two favorite pass rushers from the edge right now. And of course you got Khalil Mack and Von Miller. I could keep naming. It's all of them.
It's a good time to be an edge rusher, man. You got some dudes you can look up to and really, borrow some skills from. And it's funny you say your hands because I thought, when you watch you play, your hand placement and usage gets really good across the board, no matter what technique you play. And that's interesting that you say that's an area where you still want to get better. That shows a lot of resolve. So how important in your mind hand placement is for defensive linemen?
Um, well, without your hands, you're not going to be successful playing defensive line at the next level. Not in the NFL. You know, those guys are so elite with their movement. You know, you got to be able to play with your hands. You can't go on there throwing elbows. Then you're gonna get put on the summer gym. What you said, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you don't know how to use your hands. You got to learn. You better start. You know, so hands are important. You know, I'm constantly working on my hands every day.
You know what? This has been fun, Mike. And listen, it's been a pleasure to watch you play this year, and know that you still have a lot more upside left in your game. And you know, it's been cool to see you go through the whole process and get ready to play on the NFL level. Where are you training right now? Where can people follow you on social media to keep in contact with what your journey looks like as you make the jump to the NFL?
Well, you can follow me at Mike46plus1 on all social medias, Instagram and Twitter mainly. I don't tweet or post much just because, but I mean that's where you can find me. And as far as training, I was gonna train at the Fourth and Inches facility up in Dallas, but you know, Carrollton High School. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all familiar with that. We got so much. Our facilities are some of the best in the country. So you know, it's not really. It's no point in me. You know, all the things I need, my protein, you know, my shakes, my meals, everything I need, I can just do it here. You know, I can run and work out 2-3 times a day if I want to. So you know, right now I'm just locked in and focused on trying to get better. I'm trying to make myself the best. I want to be the biggest steal of the draft. You know that. I mean, that's where my mind is. My mind is Pro Bowl. You know, I'm trying to take it all the way there. So I'm just doing everything every day possible to make it happen.
Mike, man, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you for taking time, and we wish you the best of luck moving forward.